Imagine a battlefield where there are no human soldiers in sight. Instead, the ground vibrates with the march of steel legs. The sky hums with the wings of silent drones, and the only voices heard are the coded whispers of artificial intelligence. Autonomous weapons, once the stuff of dystopian nightmares, are now a fast-approaching reality. The age of killer robots is no longer a distant future. It is pressing at our gates. In Ukraine, drone swarms fill the skies, hunting tanks and infantry with lethal precision, guided by algorithms that learn and adapt in real time. In laboratories from Beijing to Washington, teams of engineers build machines that can shoot, dodge, and decide who lives or dies, all without a human hand on the trigger. RAND, the Pentagon's think tank, warns AI-driven weapon systems are disrupting the very nature of war. But what does it mean to give a machine the power over life and death? Can lines of code replace the conscience of a soldier? The world stands at a crossroads, torn between the promise of technological supremacy and the fear of an invisible, uncontrollable force. Consider the loitering munition, a drone that circles above waiting for its prey. Once it locks onto a target, it dives and destroys, with no pause, no doubt, no hesitation. In 2020, in the conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh, these weapons changed the tide of war. Human error, fatigue, and mercy were erased from the equation. The machines were relentless. The United States, China, Russia, all raced to build smarter, faster, deadlier autonomous systems. The U.S. Army tests robotic tanks that can scout and strike. China showcases AI snipers that never miss, able to identify enemies from civilians in a chaotic crowd. Russia unveils its Uran 9 unmanned combat vehicle, armored and armed, ready for the digital age. The battlefield is being rewritten by lines of code. But with each breakthrough comes a cascade of questions. Who is responsible when an AI malfunctions and kills the innocent? Can an algorithm understand the law of war, the value of a human life, the weight of mercy? A United Nations panel debates, but consensus slips through their fingers. Some nations demand a ban, fearing a world where killing is automated and accountability fades away. Others see only opportunity, a new kind of power, a chance to dominate the next era of conflict. Killer robots are the soft superweapon, silent, tireless, and unfeeling. They do not break, tire, or hesitate. Some call them the perfect soldiers. But perfection, in war, is a double-edged sword. AI is the invisible king on the battlefield, making decisions faster than any human, calculating probabilities, choosing who will live and who will fall. And yet the invisible king is not infallible. In 2022, a drone in Libya, believed to be operating autonomously, reportedly attacked retreating soldiers without direct human command. No one could say for sure who gave the order. The line between man and machine blurred, and the world took notice. The specter of the AI overlord haunts military planners and philosophers alike. What if, in the chaos of battle, algorithms escalate violence beyond human control? What if an error, a bug, or a hacked system unleashes catastrophe? The more we rely on machines to fight our wars, the more we risk losing control. Deepfakes and cyber warfare add new layers to the threat. Imagine an enemy that sabotages your killer robots, turns them against you, or tricks them into slaughtering civilians. The battlefield is no longer just physical, it is digital, psychological, and constantly shifting. As autonomous weapons evolve, so too does the global arms race. The US and China pour billions into AI research, seeking the edge that could decide the next great war. NATO strategists warn of a future where the first strike could be delivered at the speed of light, hypersonic missiles guided by AI, laser satellites targeting from space. The apocalypse, some fear, may arrive not with a bang, but with a silent swarm. Economists and ethicists warn that the spread of killer robots could destabilize fragile regions. Militias, terrorists, even criminal cartels could acquire cheap, lethal machines. The monopoly on violence, once held by states, may shatter. War, as we know it, could become endless, borderless, and untraceable. And yet, there are voices of hope. Engineers develop ethical AI, programs designed to refuse illegal orders, to recognize surrender, to protect non-combatants. Some believe that, with enough safeguards, machines could make war less brutal, more precise, even humane. But can morality be programmed? Or are we building the ultimate weapon, one that will one day slip from our grasp? History teaches that every new weapon changes the world. The crossbow, the gunpowder cannon, the atomic bomb, each promised power, each delivered unforeseen nightmares. Today we stand on the edge once more. The decisions made now will echo for generations. The debate is fierce. Should we ban autonomous weapons before they proliferate? Or would bans only drive the technology underground, into the hands of those who care nothing for rules? Do we trust our leaders, our generals, our coders to control the invisible king? Or do we risk civilizational collapse, sleepwalking into a world ruled by machines? The story of killer robots is not just about war. It is about who we are as a civilization. Will we abdicate the most profound of responsibilities, the power over life and death, to lines of code? Or will we draw a new line in the sand and say, this far, no further? The future is unwritten. Around the world, activists, soldiers, scientists, and citizens debate, protest, and prepare. The AI arms race accelerates. The invisible king grows stronger. What would you do? Would you trust your life, or the fate of your nation, to a machine? Where is the line between progress and peril? The rise of killer robots is the story of our time. The next move is ours and yours. You're watching Next Gen Weapons, where AI, technology, and future warfare collide. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay ahead of the next evolution. See you on the battlefield of tomorrow.